Okay, hello everyone. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and get started. If y'all can't hear me, just use one of the reactions below and like do one of those. So hopefully you guys can hear me. If you can't hear me, do one of those anyways, so I can find that out. All right, so I'm gonna be stepped back a little bit, but I have my AirPods in, so hopefully y'all can hear me through that. I'm gonna go ahead and start my music, so I'm not gonna have music that you guys can probably hear. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and play your own. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that. And we're just gonna go ahead and start on our mats seated here. So if y'all wanna go ahead and join me wherever you are, I wish I could see all of you, but we're working with it. So we're gonna go ahead and start seated with our palms rested on our knees and just work with our breath here, taking a deep inhale. I'm gonna turn my music down just a little bit. And exhale, getting into our breath. And just taking a few deep breaths here. Sorry for the late start. I'm technologically challenged, so. I'm just taking a few more deep breaths. Keeping those palms lightly rested on our knees to our sides. If you want, you could take one palm and place it on your heart and take the other on your belly. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, pushing that belly against the palm. Coming to our belly, breathing, and exhale. Drawing that belly back into our spine. Taking another deep inhale here. And exhale. I'm going to put this on a different view so I can see it a little bit differently. Alrighty. I'm just taking a few more inhales here. And exhale. And from here, we're going to start to bring our ear down to our shoulder. Doesn't matter which one you're starting with. Taking a deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhaling our head back up and exhaling over to the opposite side. And just taking this at your own pace. If you want, you can roll your head on your neck. Whatever is most comfortable for you. And from here, we're going to inhale our arms up over our head. We're going to exhale over to one of our sides. Getting a nice oblique stretch, opening up that chest towards the sky. And we're going to inhale back up and exhale over. Go ahead, inhale back up to center. And exhale. Go ahead, take this at your own pace. Take it at your own breath. I'm just taking a few more here. And whenever y'all are ready, go ahead, inhale back up to center. We're gonna take some seated twists. So we're gonna inhale here and exhale, twisting to one side, gazing over the shoulder, placing the opposite palm against that knee. And we're gonna inhale back up to center and exhale to the opposite side. Just taking these at your own pace and your own breath. Sorry if my breathing's super loud. I can't tell how loud it is. I'm using my AirPods again so that I don't sound like I'm whispering. From across the room. And take one more twist on each side. I'm gonna take one more to the side. And whenever y'all are ready, we're gonna inhale our arms up over our head. We're gonna exhale, coming to our cactus arms here, coming to half angel with our arms. Really firing up those back muscles, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Inhale here and exhale to reach up over our head. Inhale to reach down. I think people are waiting to come into the meeting, so I'm gonna admit them. Okay. And inhale back up. And from here, we're gonna come to our tabletop position. So we're flipping over from here. So when we're in our tabletop, we're making sure our hips are directly over our knees and our shoulders are right over our wrists. We're gonna take some cat-cows here. So we're gonna inhale our belly towards the mat, peeling our gaze up towards the ceiling. And we're gonna exhale, tucking the tailbone, pushing away from the mat, separating those shoulder blades, coming to our cat. I'm just taking a few cat-cows at your own pace here. If you want, you can look from side to side. You can move your hips back and forth. Just working with your own breath here. Just taking a few more breaths here before we move on into the next little thing that we're going to be doing in tabletop. Alrighty, whenever y'all are ready, meeting me back in that neutral tabletop. From here, we're gonna inhale our right arm out in front of us, our gaze follows, and our left foot goes back, and our toes are pointed towards the earth. We're inhaling here. We're gonna exhale, drawing our elbow and knee into crunch, kind of rounding that spine. Inhale to reach forward, and exhale into crunch. Inhale once more, reaching forward. And exhaling the palm and knee back down. We're gonna switch to the opposite side. So inhaling our left arm out and our right foot back. And exhaling them into crunch. Inhaling to reach out. And exhaling into crunch. Inhaling, reaching out. Exhale, we're gonna crunch once more. Inhaling, reaching out, and exhaling down to the mat. So from here, we're staying in this tabletop, making sure it's a straight line from our shoulders to our glutes. From here, we're gonna tuck our toes. We're not sending our hips back. We're gonna peel those knees off of the mat. So we're hovering our knees up here, engaging that core, squeezing that belly button into our spine. Our gaze is in between those palms, taking a deep inhale here, and letting it go. Taking one more deep inhale. And exhale, sending those hips back. We're coming to our downward facing dog. Go ahead and take a few breaths here. Take this time to pedal out those feet. Taking a deep inhale. And exhale here. And making sure that there's a straight line going from our wrists to our glutes. And our ears are kind of right by our biceps or shining through. In our chest, we are pushing towards the mat. Taking a deep inhale here. Pushing those palms away from the mat. And exhale, settling down. And from here, we're gonna inhale, rolling up to a high plank, making sure there's no dips or valleys. And exhale, sending our hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling ourselves forward. And exhale, sending ourselves back. Go ahead, take these at your own pace, work with your own breath. If you wanna stay in high plank for a few breaths, if you wanna stay in down dog, whatever you are working on. We're just working to strengthen our core here. Strengthen our upper body. Just working with a few breaths. I'm just taking a few more here. Go ahead, take one more flow before meeting me back in downward facing dog. All right, whenever y'all are back here, we're gonna go into our first three-legged dog. So we're gonna inhale our right foot up. And while we're here, we wanna make sure our hips are squared towards the earth. There's kind of a straight line going from our wrist to our foot, and our toes are facing the earth as well. Our foot is flexed. And we're going to exhale, and we're going to bring that foot to the outside of that right palm here, kind of coming to our lizard pose. If this is uncomfortable at all, you can step that back foot a little bit closer. We're just getting a deep inhale here, and exhale. Starting out with a nice deep hip, open our hip stretch. It's kind of more of what this class is going to be focused on, deep hip stretches. Taking another deep inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to start to become a little bit more flexible with that back foot. We're going to push our weight forward onto that front right foot. We're going to step that back left foot to the outside of our left foot. Our left palm. So we're going to be coming forward like this on our mat. And if you'd like, you can come to a forward fold, or if you'd like a deep hip stretch, you can come down into our little yogi squat, coming to our malasana pose. And just take a few breaths here wherever you are. And if you'd like, just making sure while you're in malasana that you're placing kind of your elbows on the little soft inside parts of your legs here. Taking a deep inhale and exhale, coming up to our forward fold if you're not already there. So while we're in this forward fold, we're going to allow ourselves to rock from side to side, maybe feeling a deep stretch in the backs of the legs and the glutes. From here, we're going to take a deep inhale, coming to our half lift. So bringing those palms to either our shins, our thighs, or letting them hang in front of us, lifting up that gaze. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to inhale to reverse swan dive up. And exhale, bringing those palms to our heart and center. We're going to inhale those arms up nice and tall, and exhale, forward fold. Go ahead, inhale, half lift, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Exhale those palms to the mat, step those feet back, downward facing dog. And from here, we're gonna go ahead and inhale our left foot up, coming to three-legged dog, again, squaring those hips. And exhale, send that left foot right next to that left palm, coming to our lizard pose here. Taking a deep inhale here and letting it go. And on this next inhale, we're starting to push forward into that left foot. We're peeling up that right foot from the mat and sending it right next to our right palm. Again, coming back to that yogi squat here, if that's comfortable for you. If you'd like, you can also come to that forward fold. Any variation is okay. This is your practice, so do whatever feels good to you and your body. Just coming to this yogi squat. Taking a deep inhale here. And exhale, coming to that forward fold. And from here, we're gonna inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to reverse swan dive up. Exhale, palms to heart and center. Inhaling those arms up above us. And exhale, forward fold. And from here, we're gonna inhale, half lift. Exhale, palms to mat, stepping those feet back, downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna go ahead and drop our knees, coming to our child's pose. If you'd like, you can always bring your knees to the outsides of your mat, coming to a wide-legged child's pose, allowing our shoulders to rest, our forehead to come to the mat. And if you guys want, you can always take this at any point during the class if you just need to take a breath. Taking one more inhale here. And exhale, we're pushing back up into that downward facing dog. Good. All right, while we're here, we're gonna come back and we're gonna inhale that right leg up, three-legged dog. And we're gonna exhale and we're gonna send it to the outside once more. I know it's very deep. We're starting with some deep hip stretches, but I promise it'll feel so good. So we're inhaling here, and this is our cow breath. And as we exhale, we're gonna straighten that front leg, coming to our cat. So we're inhaling, coming forward, and we're gonna exhale, straighten that front leg. If this is like uncomfortable at all, you can always bring that back foot a little bit closer and just do some slight movements here. So inhaling and exhale, straighten that front leg. Kind of take this at your own pace. We're only gonna be here for a few breaths. And on this next inhale, go ahead and send that right foot back lightly to meet the other in our downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna inhale our left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, send it to the outside of that left palm. We're gonna be doing the same thing here. So inhaling, we're staying where we are right here in our cow breath. And we're gonna exhale, straighten that front leg in our cat. Inhaling, coming forward. And exhale. So when I say cat and cow breath, go ahead and take this at your own pace. Kind of think of how you're moving your spine in a similar way that you do in tabletop for cat and cows. It might feel a little funky, but it does help when it comes to posture and moving in between these. And staying here for just a few more breaths. Good. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, send that foot back, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to inhale, gaze towards the top of the mat. We're going to exhale and tiptoe ourselves forward, forward fold. From here, we're going to inhale, half lift, flat back, palms against those shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to reverse swan dive up. If you see my left palm kind of going in, it's because I don't want to like punch a hole in the wall. We're working with minimal space. And we're going to exhale, forward fold. And inhale, half lift, flat back. And exhale, palms to mat, step those feet back, downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna inhale our right leg up, three-legged dog. We're gonna exhale, and this time we're sending it in between the palms. We're coming light on that back foot, and we're gonna inhale, grounding in that front leg, and exhale, coming to our high crescent lunge here. So while we're in this high crescent lunge, we wanna make sure our hips are like two headlights, they're facing forward. And we're kind of pulling our right hip back and sending our left hip forward. So taking a deep inhale here and exhale, settling into this high lunge. Our arms are as if we're holding up a big beach ball. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhale, palms to mat, send that foot back to meet the other, downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna inhale, gaze towards the top of the mat. Exhale, go ahead, step it forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Let it go, forward fold. Inhale to reverse swan dive up. And exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, palms to mat, step feet back, downward facing dog. Go ahead, inhale that left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, send that foot in between both palms. Come light, kind of adjust your feet if you need to. Go ahead, inhale, bring yourself up. High crescent lunge here. Settling into this pose. If you kind of find yourself tipping from side to side, just know also your feet do not have to be on a tightrope. You can bring one to one side of the mat and one to the other, so you kind of have a wide stance. Again here, pulling that left hip back and sending that right forward. Arms holding a big beach ball over our head. Making sure that front knee is not going over our toe and our knee is right above our ankle. Take a deep inhale here and exhale. Y'all are doing awesome, doing something so good for yourself and your body and your mind. Good, take one more deep inhale here. And exhale, palms to the mat, send that foot back to meet the other. Pedal out those feet. And from here, we're gonna inhale, gaze towards top of mat. Exhale, we're gonna get low and we're gonna bring the tops of our thighs into our belly. If you'd like, you can lightly step yourself forward, or if you want, you can lightly hop yourself, kind of on the pads of your feet, so it should be silent. And we're gonna inhale, half lift, flat back. And exhale, forward fold. I'm gonna skip this song. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I'm not a fan. And exhale, forward fold. Go ahead, inhale to reverse swan dive up. And exhale, palms to heart and center. Inhale, reaching arms nice and tall, maybe coming to a little back bend. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, palms to mat. And from here, we're just gonna be stepping our right foot back, so our left foot is forward. So while we're here, we're gonna be turning our right foot so it's parallel to the short end of the mat. We're opening ourselves up, coming to our warrior two here. All right, sorry, I had to adjust my AirPods. I don't know if y'all could hear that or not. All right, so while we're here, we're gonna be pushing our right knee to the outside of, not our right knee, sorry, I'm used to mirroring, our left foot to the outside of our left knee to the outside of our left foot. So you can see your left pinky toe right now. We're taking a deep inhale, gaze is strong over that left middle finger. Take a deep inhale here and exhale, feeling the power in this warrior two pose. From here, we're gonna inhale and we're gonna flip that front palm. We're gonna act as if we're scooping something. We're gonna come back to our reverse warrior, drawing that back right arm down the leg, bringing it to our lower back. Whatever is most comfortable for you, just making sure that that front left knee is staying in that same spot it was before. Inhale, coming back, warrior two. Exhale, bringing that left elbow in and opening up your chest towards the sky. Inhale, coming to that warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Go ahead and take this kind of with your own breath. And while you're doing this, really being mindful of that front left knee and trying to keep it as stable as possible. We kind of tend to want to bring it back with us when we go back to reverse warrior, but just trying to keep it as stable and as still as we can. You are doing awesome. Good. Whenever y'all are ready, go ahead and inhale, come back to that warrior two. And exhale, cartwheel those palms to the mat, send that foot back to meet the other. Downward facing dog. Go ahead, drop those knees and meet me in a child's pose here. If you have your water nearby, feel free to grab a sip. I'm gonna grab a sip of mine. I'm already out of breath. Good job. Y'all are doing awesome. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale. And on this next inhale, coming back up to that downward facing dog. And from here, we're gonna go ahead, inhale we're gonna inhale, gaze towards top of the mat. Exhale, bringing the tops of our thighs into our bellies. Again, you can lightly hop or lightly step yourself to the top of the mat. And from here, we're gonna inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to reverse swan dive up. Exhale, skinny back bend. And inhale, reaching back up. And exhale, forward fold. From here, we're gonna inhale, half lift, squeezing the shoulder blades. Exhale, palm to mat. This time we're stepping our left foot back, so our right foot should be forward. All right, so I'm gonna switch to the side so I can face you guys while I'm doing this. So again, our right foot is forward. We're turning our back foot so it's parallel to the short end of the mat. We're cartwheeling our arms open, coming to our warrior two on the opposite side. So again, making sure that right knee is pushing to the side so we can see our right pinky toe. that our knee is not going over, so we can still see that. We're inhaling here, our gaze is over that right middle finger. Taking a deep inhale here, exhale, settling those shoulders down, nice strong stance, making sure that our back arm is also even with our front. Taking a deep inhale here. As we exhale, you can flip that front palm, kind of scoop in front, and coming to our reverse warrior. Again, bring that left palm either to our lower back or down the side, keeping that right front leg and knee still. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, resting that front right arm on the right thigh, opening up our chest towards the sky. Coming to our extended warrior here. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale, reverse warrior. Kind of taking this at your own pace. Really working with our upper body and our core here. Trying to keep that front leg still, as well as the back leg. Y'all are doing so well. Really working with a strong foundation here. A few more breaths in this flow. Go ahead, take one more before meeting me back in warrior two. And whenever y'all are ready, when we're back in that warrior two, go ahead, inhale here, gaze over those front fingers. Exhale, cartwheel those palms to the mat, send that foot back to meet the other. Downward facing dog. And I'm gonna go ahead and come back to the original spot that I was at, so I don't confuse anyone or myself, because that will happen. We're gonna inhale here and exhale. And from here, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna inhale our left leg up, three-legged dog. We're gonna exhale, send that foot in between our palms, and we're gonna come back to that warrior two. So again, turning that back right foot parallel to the short end of the mat, opening our arms up, opening up our chest, squeezing those shoulder blades, just getting comfortable with this position. We're gonna take a deep inhale here. And we're gonna exhale, we're gonna straighten that front leg. We're gonna hinge at the hips, which I kind of already did. We're reaching forward with those left fingers, and we're gonna exhale and bring that left palm on the inside of that left foot. I understand this could be kind of difficult sometimes, especially with your knees. So if you'd like, you can also place it on that shin or just be reaching towards the ground, whatever is most comfortable for you. Just getting a deep stretch here, coming to our extended angle pose here. Taking a deep inhale and exhale. Still trying to open up your chest with this as well, not really letting yourself hover forward. Taking a deep inhale here. Told y'all we were doing deep hip stretches. And we're gonna exhale. We're gonna bring our right palm down to the mat. We're gonna turn our back foot so that both of our feet are facing forward. And so we're actually also gonna bring our right foot a little bit closer, because you guys are not gonna be doing the splits today, don't worry. So we're gonna be bringing our right foot a little bit closer, kind of so we have like 2 feet in between our 2 feet, coming to our pyramid pose, allowing ourselves to come forward here. I know we don't really have blocks, but we're working with what we got. Just getting a deep stretch here. Taking a deep inhale and exhale here. And from here, if you'd like, you can take that left palm, peel it off the mat, and try to do a little twist, opening yourself up to the opposite side, getting a really deep stretch in the side of the outer glute on the left side here. Taking a deep inhale and exhale here. Again, you don't have to do this. You can stay in pyramid if you'd like. Taking one more deep inhale. And exhale that palm down to the mat. Go ahead, bring that right leg forward, coming to our forward fold. Get a nice slight bend in the knees here. Inhale, half lift. and let it go, forward fold. Inhale to reverse swan dive up, and exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, palms to mat, stepping those feet back, downward facing dog. And we're gonna do the same on the opposite side. So we're gonna go ahead and inhale our right foot up, and exhale, send it in between those palms, turn that back foot. Again, I'm gonna be switching to this side so that I can be facing you guys the whole time. So we're coming back to our right foot forward in our warrior two, inhaling here and exhaling, getting nice and comfortable. And from here, again, we're gonna straighten that front right leg. If you want, you could also keep a little bend in it. I know that kind of hurts for some people, but we're gonna go ahead. I have to bring my left foot back a little bit. I mean forward, that is not the right direction. So we're gonna straighten that front leg, hinge forward at the hips and reach. And we're gonna bring that palm to the inside of that right foot, opening up our chest here into a very deep stretch. Again, if that's uncomfortable, if you guys have a water bottle or something by you, feel free to place your palm on that water bottle or use anything around to kind of create a little space there. Trying to challenge yourself and bring your gaze up to the ceiling. Taking a deep inhale here. And as we exhale, we're gonna be bringing our left palm down to the mat. We're gonna be turning our left foot so that our left toes are facing the front along with our right. We're bringing that left foot a little bit closer. So there's about 2 feet distance, I cannot talk, 2 feet distance in between your left and right foot. Coming back to that pyramid pose. Again, if you'd like a slight bend, totally fine. I personally prefer a deeper stretch in my glute and quads, but it's up to you. Just getting a deep inhale here and exhale, kind of allowing your head to hang forward. I'm just taking a few breaths here. And again, you can stay here if you'd like, but if you'd like a deeper stretch, you can take that left palm, keep it where it is, peel that right palm up, open up, reach those right fingers towards the sky, opening up that chest. Again, feeling a deep stretch in the right outer glute. Taking a deep inhale and exhale here. Holding this for one more breath cycle, inhaling here and exhale, palm to mat. And we're gonna step our left foot forward, coming to that forward fold here. And I'm gonna be facing you guys for this. So we're just gonna hang out in this forward fold here. If you'd like, you can bring opposite palm to opposite elbow and just hang from side to side. Just take a breath here, kind of bend those knees. If you hear clapping, that's because it's like a live version of a song in the background. I don't know how much you guys can hear. We're gonna take a deep inhale here and let it go. And from here, we're gonna inhale to reverse swan dive up and exhale, palms to heart and center. From here, we're gonna start to play with our balance a little bit. So we're gonna be going to our peak pose with the short amount of time we have left. Alrighty, so from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by building our foundation in our left foot. So we're gonna be grounding through our left foot. So we're gonna be kind of rocking from side to side here. We're up nice and tall in our Tadasana pose. And we're gonna peel our right heel off of the mat. You can either place it as a little kickstand, kind of on your left shin, ankle. You can keep that here, or if you'd like, you could also bring it right above the knee. You don't want your foot to be directly on the knee. We're gonna be coming to our tree pose. If you'd like, you can stay here. You can bring those palms to heart and center. But if you'd also like another challenge, one thing that you could do is you can bring your knee out in front of you. You can take your 2 peace fingers, wrap them around your big toe, bringing our left palm kind of to our side to hang out here if you'd like, and straightening that leg in front of us, coming to our extended toe hold. If you want, you could also bring it out to the side. Each of these peak poses, it's up to you, whatever is most comfortable. Just taking a deep inhale here and exhale. Just holding for a few more breaths here. If you fall out, just get right back into it. Y'all are doing so well. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Go ahead and release. Shake out that foot. We're going to do it on the opposite side. All right, so we're going to go ahead, build in our right foot. So we're starting to shift our weight over there. From here, we're going to peel our left ankle up off the mat. Again, you can bring it here as a kickstand. This is still balance, bringing those palms to heart and center. You can bring that foot to your shin, to the side. You can bring it to the inside of that thigh, just not directly on that knee. And of course, if you'd like, bringing that knee up, bringing our two left peace fingers, wrapping them around our big toe, straightening that left leg out in front of us, kind of flexing that foot helps. And if you want, you can try to bring it to the side, or you can leave it out in front of you. But just taking a few deep breaths here, bringing those arms out nice and wide, that kind of helps me with balance. Taking a deep inhale here, and exhale. Y'all are doing it so well. Take a deep inhale and exhale. One more breath cycle. Y'all got this. One more inhale and let it go. Great job. Y'all did awesome. And yeah, so that was our peak pose, the extended toe hold, and the tree pose. We're going to be moving on to our next thing. So I'm going to be facing, again, the top of my mat. So we're going to inhale, still be on our Tadasana, nice and tall. Inhale here, and exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, half lift, palms against those shins. And exhale, palms to mat. Step those feet back, downward facing dog. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to inhale our right leg up and back. Three-legged dog. We're going to exhale, and we're actually going to bring our right ankle to our left wrist. We're going to be coming to our half pigeon pose. I'm going to be turning this down just a little bit so I can hear myself think. All right, so when we're in this half pigeon pose, if you'd like, you can also bring your right ankle in towards your body a little bit. And you want to sit up, make sure that your hips aren't going super far from side to side. If they are, you can bring a water bottle and place it underneath that hip so you can kind of rest on that instead. And if you'd like, you can come down, resting your forehead down on the mat or on the ground or towel, whatever you're using today. Just coming to our half pigeon pose. I like to stay in this pose a little bit longer just because it's so good for you and actually does release some endorphins. Good. And we're just taking a few breaths here. If you want, you can even close your eyes because we are going to stay here for a few breath cycles. Kind of drawing your attention back to what you're doing right now. Maybe taking this time to thank yourself for doing something so good for your mind and body, as I mentioned earlier. Just taking a few more breaths here. This deep hip stretch. Taking a few more breaths here. And we're going to slowly pull ourselves up, bringing our palms back into the mat, tucking our left toes and lifting ourselves up, and slowly bringing that right foot back to the left, coming to our downward facing dog. We're going to do the same on the opposite side. So inhaling our left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bringing our left ankle to our right wrist or tucking it in right here. That's kind of what I was trying to show earlier. And sinking down here into our half pigeon. Again, sitting up, seeing if you need a little adjustment there. You can always use a sweatshirt, anything you have available to place underneath your hip if that is the case. And just allowing yourself to rest forwards, if that's comfortable for you to do so, of course. Allowing your forehead to rest on the mat, towel, or ground. Just taking a few breaths here. Slowing down your breath if it started to pick up. And just taking a few more breaths here. And from here, we're going to go ahead and press our palms back into the mat, bringing our right toes back to the mat as well, lifting our hips up and lightly bringing our left foot back. And from here, we're going to inhale, coming up to our high plank, and exhale, lowering ourselves down all the way to the mat. I know everyone's like, we are not doing push-ups right now. Don't worry, we aren't. All right, from here, we're going to go ahead and bring our legs out in front of us, which they are in our right, not our right, our arms right out in front of us. I cannot talk. We're going to inhale, lifting our legs and our chest and arms up off the mat. Coming to our locust pose here, inhaling up. Exhaling, squeezing those glutes, kind of working our back muscles here, taking a deep inhale and exhale to release. We're gonna do that one more time. We're inhaling to reach ourselves up, reaching up, not with your neck, but lifting up your chest. And exhaling back down. And the last thing that we're gonna be doing is we are going to be bringing our legs up 90 degrees, reaching our palms back to grab the tops of our feet. And we're gonna do that one more time. We're coming to our boat pose, our bow pose. It always sounds like boat when I say that, but we're gonna inhale, lifting our legs and glutes, squeezing our glutes and lifting our chest up, coming to our bow pose, taking a deep inhale here, pressing our feet into our palms, getting a really deep stretch here. And exhale, holding for one more breath. Inhale here. And exhale to release. And from here, we're gonna bring our arms out in front of us, or you can bring them to your sides as well, keeping our legs up. We're gonna kind of just windshield wipe our feet from side to side, kind of allowing either our forehead to rest on the mat or our cheek. I know it looks a little funny, but it feels really good, I promise. Good. From here, we're gonna go ahead, bring our palms up to our sides. We're lifting ourselves up, coming back to a child's pose once more. Taking a deep inhale. And exhale. We're getting pretty close to the end of this class. We are gonna do a very short Shavasana for just a few minutes. I know the class is only 45 minutes, but I did start a minute or two late. I am technologically challenged, as mentioned before. So we're gonna go ahead and flip over onto our backs and lower ourselves down. We're doing a very short Shavasana. We're gonna inhale our arms up over our head, good deep full body stretch. And exhale, bringing our palms to our sides. Just taking a few deep inhales here and exhale. Just coming to your final resting pose. Just taking these 2 minutes out of your day to include the Shavasana, to find your focus, closing your eyes. If you want, you could also bring your knees up 45 degrees. I know some people like that. I'm just taking a few deep breaths here. Focusing on what you have to do for the rest of today, kind of taking each day for what it is. time is moving faster than what we think it is. So just being patient with that and being patient right now. And understand this is a hard time for everyone. So we're all there for each other, especially the UREC community. I'm so excited to have anyone else too who's joining that's not in the UREC community. Welcome. Just taking a few more breaths here. And we're gonna slowly, in whatever way is comfortable for you, go ahead, come back up into a seated position one last time. And sad, I can't see all your beautiful faces during this right now. We're gonna inhale our arms up over our head. We're gonna exhale them over our head for kind thoughts, over our mouths for kind words towards ourselves and others, and over our hearts for good intentions. Namaste means the light and love in me honors and respects the light and love in each and every one of you. So feel free to say that to me as I say it to you. Namaste.